but farther east in Central Asia, where the good side is still
Hey guys, I haven't had a chance to really talk about this since it happened, and I just thought I have a conversation with it. So I gotta turn this down for a second. So these this couple was claiming that the world is a safe place, and that they were very optimistic about people, and they didn't view anybody as evil, which is good. Like these two people, they had good souls, from what I know. They wanted to see the good side of people and be very optimistic about it. And they didn't believe that there is such a thing as good or evil, that no one is truly evil. And unfortunately, these two people were wrong. There is such thing as evil, and that these two unfortunately met the wrong people. And it's sad because we can't live in a world where we just can't have nice things. We can't live in a world where we just like accept things as being good or bad, or we can't just trust anyone in this world. Like they may seem like a good person, but they never know when they're gonna stab you in the back. You may walk down the wrong street. But here's the simple truth from what I know. Me as a veteran, I've been to Iraq. Me as a veteran, there are good Muslims and there are bad Muslims. There are good Christians and there are bad Christians. Um, no matter what side. There were people that were forced to join the Nazi Party. There were people that were forced to join the Confederate Army. And there were people that just joined because they believed in it. There are people that were there because they wanted to be there. And sorry, I'm trying to get these two faces on here. And it's sad because there are good people in this world that just don't see that. And here's the brutal, honest truth: there are people that just solely believe that everything is made up, and that the government's always trying to hide it. The U.S. government's always trying to hide everything. And the truth is, there are some truths to the story. So in the Middle East, there is ISIS and there's the Taliban. Now, again, I'm not saying all Muslims are bad because I clearly have Muslim friends. All right, I can sympathize. But there are people that are called extremists that if you don't follow their exact way, they view you as a threat. They view you as a non-believer, and they live in a culture where they can't accept that women can't wear burqas. They live in a culture where um, they trade their children to be suicide bombers. It's true. Yeah, okay, I'm not going to go and say that the U.S. is innocent, because they're not. Um, I'm not going to go and say that everyone is good or bad. That there is no such thing as good or evil, because there is corruption everywhere you go. And there are people on this planet that just don't seem to understand that these people want to kill you. If you're gay, they want to kill you. If you're a Christian, they want to kill you. If you're American, they want to kill you. If you're not a Muslim, they want to kill you. These extremists, these ISIS members, these Taliban members, they don't give a fuck about you. That's just the way they were raised. Is it their fault? It's probably just because where they're from. That's just how they were taught. They're from a third world country where they believed this shit ever since the Middle Ages. Ever since the Middle Ages, and they even invaded Europe at one point and took over Europe. And again, I'm not saying this is all Muslims, because it's clearly not. There are a select few people that are called extremists. And if you go to a Muslim country, most of the time you're going to meet good people, most of the time. But there are bad people there. It is a war torn part of the world. There are people that just want you dead. You just have to accept that or not. You may go to the Middle East and find yourself that you have a good time, right? I heard some great things about Turkey. I've heard some honestly great things about certain places in Iran, but about 60% of the things I've heard are not good things. You go to the wrong part of Iran, you get your head cut off. You go to the wrong part of Turkey, you run into ISIS members. You get what I'm saying. Even in the U.S., you go in the wrong part of the U.S., you're likely to get shot. It's everywhere. But there is a fundamental problem with the Middle East right now. It's just a mess. They've been at war with each other for thousands of years. And if you don't understand that, you don't accept that, okay, it's fine. You don't have to believe in there's no such thing as good or evil, whatever. But there are people out there that just don't give a fuck about you or your family. And that is people like ISIS, that is people like the Taliban, and they are in the Middle East. So, if you do decide to go to the Middle East, proceed with caution. You'll probably find a lot of good people, but it just takes that one chance to run into the wrong people. I sympathize with these two, and there are people on the internet, and I can't believe some people. There are people on the internet calling these two idiots, right? All because they were good-hearted, kind people that just wanted to see the good side of everybody, and that's sad, man. Like, what happened to these two is a tragedy. These were good people. They were trying to see the good in everyone, the best in everyone, and unfortunately, they just ran into the wrong people. Making fun of the deceased, that does not make you a better person. You should look yourself in the mirror when you call these two idiots or whatever. Because, if you're American, these two are also from America. They're one of us. They may have different political views, they may have different beliefs, but they're still one of us. And we're living in an age where we're all torn apart with each other, and we can't just see eye to eye that, just some people are just different. I feel bad for these two. They went into the wrong part of the country and they met the wrong people. And that's just two good people that are not with us anymore. All because of a few idiots that believe in a religion that allows them to behead infidels. Again, I'm not saying anything bad about Muslims, but I'm saying there are bad people like the extremists, and you should proceed with caution. Anyways, that's all I want to say. You can yell at me in the comments below if I said something wrong. I don't care. I gotta go, guys. This is Matthew Scooby. See you later. Peace out. Peace and love, everybody. Peace and love.